Hey everybody, Frugal Farmer here. This is Maureen O'Hara. She was an Irish-born actress, and as many of you may remember, she starred with John Wayne in many films. And she started acting at a young age and lived to be 95 years old. And she also was in an interview one time, and the interviewer asked her about why John Wayne wasn't able to serve in the military. He was given some kind of health deferment, which John Wayne supported the military and did a bunch of fundraising for the military. And she told him, she said, that was a personal conversation between me and him. And I'm paraphrasing it for lack of being able to find the transcript. But and the interviewer said, well, he's dead now. She said, that doesn't matter. He's still my friend, and I won't betray that trust. Well, my buddy Craig and I had a major crush on her. We'd watch pretty much all the John Wayne films. If it was coming on, he'd let me know or I'd let him know, and normally we were together watching it. And so we could not be in love with the same woman and not have some problems. So it finally came out. We decided to settle it as gentlemen and have a duel. So it was snowing, and my mama was out of town visiting relatives. And he and I rode into South Carolina and got some Roman candles. And we got a pretty big box of Roman candles. Well, we'd been drinking a little bit too. Well, we get out in my yard, get back to back, and he's both of us had matches back then, I believe, and we get to light the Roman candle, step 10 paces, and then shoot at each other. Well, this has been a culmination, and we just get the biggest kick out of it. That I'd be at his, we'd come home to his house, and he'd ask his mother had Maureen called him and left any messages. Excuse me. And his mother didn't know who he was talking about. She said, no, nobody's called you. And or a lot of times if we were either his house or my house, he'd act like the phone had rung and he'd answer it, and he'd start talking like he was talking to Maureen. He's just hilarious to hang around. But we'd argue over Maureen. Well, we stepped off, but I short lit my fuse. That was either going to be good or I was going to have a misfire, and then it was just going to be a wide open shot. So by the time we marked off 10 paces apiece, I turned around and I shot him. I hit him in the uh, abdomen area. Well, he fell like he'd really been shot. And then he had this long speech laid out for what I was to tell Maureen once she found out the news of his death, his untimely demise, as he put it. And his was still, so he was shooting at me from the ground, and he finally got up. We used that whole box of Roman candles up shooting at each other. Kids don't do that nowadays. But she was just we thought she was the most beautiful woman that had ever lived. And especially to hear her talk. And but luckily, we didn't hurt each other with those Roman candles, and we were still friends. But I always had a deep admiration for Maureen O'Hara, especially after she told that interviewer that, because it's not like in Hollywood these days. Somebody will sell a book or tell a secret in a heartbeat, but back when you could actually respect these actors and actresses. Thanks for stopping by. Come back again when you will. Share, comment, like, hit that subscribe button. God bless.